Terrible. Okay, a little bit of a delay there. How's everyone doing today? Theo, former con, Jay Warren. The market manipulation is pretty much just a meme. I am not like going in taking advantage of people in that way. It's pretty much just a meme saying I'm going to be posting stuff on the exchange. David, he swears he did not buy out the covert assault drone market and repost them at 20 mil each. I mean, I wish I had, but when I was in the video looking at the price, that was the first time I looked at the prices after the giveaway went live. So I mean, I know no matter what I say, people are going to accuse me of manipulating that market, but this time around, it was not me. I did, however, as some of you saw in the Discord, I did open a few kit module boxes. Now, unfortunately, most of those were for a trade that I was already paid for, so most of those, you know, I couldn't go out and sell myself, but I did rip open some additional packs, and I was able to post probably 7 or 8 coverts up on the exchange. I know I had at least one sell for 80 mil. In fairness, he never claimed to be a good person, so hush. No, the market manipulation, it's basically just a joke title for indicating that I am posting stuff on the market. August, Sora, We Outlaws, bringing back Borg Doff pack manipulation. I wish. Not much demand for Duelist Fervor. Got 2 out there for 140 mil. What will new fix break next? I mean, it's an older game, but you know, I think the increased communication, the fact that they're quickly acknowledging issues when they pop up and are communicating, I think that's fine. Covert Assault Drone works really well with the Section 31 weapon that we're getting with the giveaway, and in general, there's a couple other weapons I believe that kit module does really well with. When you do a secondary fire, that kit module basically just goes out and nukes a bunch of things around you. It's really powerful. Pat, Lem, how's it going, man? Spencer will never violate TOS on his primary account. Terrible. Yeah. I mean, you guys will see me making a market speculation here in a few minutes, but I think it's one that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So let me, first thing we need to do here is pull the winners for the Oscar contest. So as many of you know, I've talked about this in a couple of the prior news videos. There was a contest going on the Oscar DPS tables for solo runs, and there's going to be 2 people pulled who are going to win a T6 coupon and 3 T6X upgrades. When you know a lot about the game, you can make plays, yeah. Come on, Cheops. Cheops is a lot of entries. Cheops has really entered quite a bit. So, yeah, Cheops. If I search Cheops here, yeah, Cheops has a few. So I have to, when I'm using the table in the parser here, I have to make sure to view more and have the full table visible before I do any draws. Okay, so I'm going to use a random number generator. I'm just going to use one, the one that Google has right built into it. So I think most of these tables, there's a few of these tables that have entries. Is there any that don't? And so Dukara doesn't. Operation Wolf. Does Jupiter Station Showdown? Yes, it does. Minor Instabilities did. Bug Hunt? Yes. Okay. So We have we have 11 total maps. So I'm going to pull up this random number generator. We're going to go in here and pick a map. The fifth one. So the fifth one is Bug Hunt. Oh no, Cheops, are you on here? You're on here a few times. So there's 25 total people in here. Number 24 is a winner. Riley at Kellyark. And you just recently did that. Okay, so I'm going to put that in the Discord. Winner number 1. Name. Riley at Kelly. Winner number. The apps is everywhere. I know. Old Man Rune, how's it going, Singo? Will RNG be on Cheop's side? Cheops has like half of the entries. Cheops really won the prizes. I know. I'm gonna feel really bad if Cheops doesn't get this other one. Spencer, how do you feel about the Shangri-La class? I mean, I've seen the Blue Sky post that you're referring to, where they were very clearly making hints alluding to us getting that in the game. I think that's a pretty clear indicator. The guy that made that, he was the way he was hinting at it was pretty direct. Okay, so we're gonna roll again for the second winner. The 8th table. Oh no. So what is that one? Operation Wolf. Oh, Cheops, you got a lot on here, man. You got a lot on here. Cheops, you got a really good chance. Okay, there's 21 people on this table. Cheops, congrats. Cheops managed to get it off of Operation Wolf. Cheops, your work paid off. I like also how both of them ended up rolling to ground tables. Oh. Notification. Jay, thank you for the resub there. Very much appreciated. Cheops won. I mean, I know. I can't believe it. Okay, so I'm going to open the game up. Congrats to the winners. Let me get those coupons and upgrades mailed out. Hey, I said you may enter on as many of the maps as you want with as many characters as you want. Cheops followed that. Honestly, I would have legitimately felt bad had Cheops not won right there. Because Cheops put in so much damn work. Like, look at... Like, if I just go to the infected table, like, how many times is Cheops going to show up here? I'm going to have to hit more a couple times so we can view the entire table. There's 193 entries on the solo infected tables for any difficulty. And Cheops... Like, look at how many of those are Cheops. He went in on like 20 characters, and that's how much he wanted the coupon. Okay. I respect that. Cheops is going to immediately buy a Guardian. Cheops. There you go. Your hard work paid off. And the second person here, let me just double check I have the names spelled correctly. So they were on the bug hunt table. Kelly Ark. Now, when you're actually sending a mail, people get really specific about, like, do you have to include the character name? Here's a fun fact. Some of you may not know about the mail system. The character name doesn't matter. You literally never have to use a character name, and even if you put a character name, the mail just goes to the account. It's the character name is never something you have to specify in a mail in this game. Okay. Will this go through? Both winners have been given their prizes. Cheops is now silent. Cheops is now grabbing the Guardian. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed a little bit of chat here. Did I miss anything on the Twitch side? Have I watched the Section 31 yet? Or the Section 31 movie? Yes, I watched it yesterday. Was it the best Star Trek movie I'd ever seen? Hell no. Was it the worst movie I'd ever seen? Also no. I didn't think it was the most Star Trek thing ever. It was not the most amazing movie, but it also was very far from the worst that I'd ever seen. So, I mean, it's not something that I would go back and rewatch, but yeah, it was one of the movies. Um, oh yeah, Gibbs, yeah. If you wanna send me some traits, or if you wanna like sponsor giveaway, yeah. I forgot to respond to you in the Discord. Um, yeah, we can do that. Can I tank the prices of uranium? I've had issues with this system because it says your inbox is full. So if you have too many exchange mails or just too many mails that are storing items, then you can experience that. Yeah. Yeah. See, I had a covert assault drone sell for 80 million. Billy, how's it going? Yeah, Gibbs, let me shoot you a message on Discord quick. I don't know how many you're wanting to do. Where are you at? I hate when you're in streamer mode. It like hides most of the name. There you are. You need uranium for deuterium surplus. You have a big problem spamming them in TFOs. I mean, that's exactly what I did, Michael. I posted a picture of this. So unfortunately, this is not something that I get to sell. Oh, did I nuke the picture? Oh no. Did I put in Stowe General? I opened about 2,000 kit module boxes yesterday. 1,800 were for a trade that I conducted, so I could not sell any of the modules from it, unfortunately. Yeah, here we go. But the other 200 I opened were mine, and I also had a couple of the Section 31 kit module boxes from opening Section 31 boxes. Like, look at that. That's the goodies from 1800 kit module boxes. You got Agony Field, Assimilate, Bottle Obelisk, Chain Lightning, the chain one there, Collective Will, and then there was a bunch of Covert Assault drones. Why do they all look the same? That's just how the icons are. Yeah, but that was fun. The unfortunate thing is, again, I don't get to sell any of those because those are the property of the person I conducted a trade with. So they get all of those. Got to giveaway ready Supreme Leader, 2 of them. Yeah, and I actually have another giveaway I need to start up. I missed some chat. Yeah, I need to. I have a couple more of the. Where is it? I must have them on a different character. Hold on. I have a few more of the badgy non-combat pets to give away. So let me get that started up here. Let me find what character I have them on. LOC, not much so far. We drew the winners for the Oscar solo contest, and Cheops did manage to secure a coupon. The Discord is really beneficial, though, Kenobi. Okay, is this the character I have these things on? Yes. Okay, so in the CasualSAB Discord, I'm starting up another giveaway for these badgy non-combat pets. It's going to be for a full set of them. There's going to be 20 winners for it. So this is in the CasualSAB Discord /gcreate. And we're going to do this for a day. Because the last one I had up for a week, and then I think it was like 5 of the people just never responded. So if I have this end tomorrow, hopefully people are a bit more responsive. PC only. Why did it go twice? Called Why Are You Being a Pack Rat? Terrible. Nick, unfortunately, I don't have any more orange chicken right now. I need to make another Costco trip. Omot, what is the issue is that when it comes to market manipulation, the most effective route is going to be something related to doffing. It's just that doffing is rough. Sorry, yeah, send me the information in a DM. And if you want me to start up on builds, I'll get to that here in a few. Is this casual stream or Grizzly Adams? Oh no. There's no API interface for market data? Yeah. Market manipulation 101. Understand how the game works, understand where the meta items come from, and take advantage of that, pretty much. Probably not Kenobi, not today. Okay, what traits do I have here? These are all ground adaptive offense. Wonder what this Khaled's going for. The Khaled market's been a bit slow recently, as far as I can tell. 145. I'm going to put this up for 125, because I know it's bounced back a couple of times. Ethan, how's it going? Yeah, so let's think about it. When it comes to market manipulation, like a way that we were able to take advantage a little bit last year was the Iwani. We knew, looking at that ship in demo record, looking at the Wolf 359 map, it was pretty clear that thing was going to have a lot of hangers on it. Some people were able to make a profit then, buying up like carrier consoles. Step 3, be the meta. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, that's a good idea. Okay, Sora, I don't see a notification. Was it through Discord? In game? Oh, no. Something sold somewhere. When the exchange is lit up green like that and you have no listings on that character, it means somewhere else you've had something sell. Trick, how's it going? Nice, Chiaps. Congrats. So the reason Chiaps was grinding so hard is he wanted he wanted to pick up the Guardian. So I talked about this last week, but the Guardian has a console on it that has moved back into the meta. It is the particle conversion matrix, and basically on these really high uncom builds, it's basically got 100% uptime. And that can stack up to 100% energy damage, Cat 1, 100% exotic damage, Cat 1, and it also gives you 75% shield resistance, which is the cap, I believe. And that does it for 20 seconds. Like, it's a really good console. Oh, you sent it in the chat window? I was swapping characters. So what you do is you just go into your chat window, hit the up key, and that will bring up the last thing you sent. So you see I just said test. Now if I hit enter and then I hit my up arrow, I can scroll through my most recent messages and I can, just go in, hit the up arrow, type that again. Well, I can only do it in one Sora, so you want that in the builds Discord? Yeah, just like a terminal window. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we can do that, Sora. Application did not respond. Twice. There we go. So 2 weeks. And both of them, both giveaways? Okay. So PC only. Oh, damn it, I forgot it. You have to do 14 days. That's a good question, Navy Man. Personal, okay. Okay, both giveaways should be up. Let me know if you can enter both of those. Yeah, I see entries into both. Now let's repeat that over here. Really buggy today. Yeah, the giveaway bot is having some technical difficulties there. Yeah, Crispers, I see your comment. It's me or Spencer, no beard delete. Yep, okay, the giveaways are started up on both. You guys should hopefully be able to enter all of them. Sawyer again, thank you for that. Yeah, so the issue with Borg Doffs is they are just people don't recognize the value that they provide sometimes compared to a ship, and I mean that's understandable. A ship is going to be a lot more value in most cases. I guess the thing with the Borg Doffs is they're a very late game thing. Like you go for the Borg Doffs when you have everything else, unless the Borg Doff happens to be really cheap. For the Infinity Space, it says okay. Let me repost that then. I see it. I'm getting messages. I see it. I see it. Oh, the giveaway bot just does not want to respond. It's gonna go eventually. Yeah, send it to me on Discord, Sora. If you send me a message in game in the in-game chat window, or you know, I will almost never see it. This clearly is just not working right this very moment, so I'm going to just post that there, and when it is working again in a little bit, I will fix it. Are both of the giveaways on the Builds Discord working properly? Yeah, I see there's entries for both. Any information about the 15th bundle yet? No. Just that it's going to be coming out, you know, at a delay compared to the anniversary event, which is typical. You see both yours on both servers? Yeah, I can't get the giveaway bot to respond right now. Okay.
Spin the wheel and
They failed on both for you. I'll worry about them after the stream because it's like the bot just keeps failing. Yeah, it just keeps like looping. I cannot get it to go. Have to give it some time. A ship or even a console feel more fun and impactful than a Doff you hardly ever notice. That's true, Mark the Chief, yeah. Yeah, the Borg Doffs are just really endgame. What was it you said before about the Shangri-La? Was there an official teaser? Hold on. It's over on Blue Sky. Thomas had like retweeted it, I believe. Or Borticus did. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so Bill Kraus posted on Blue Sky a model of the Shangri-La that he was working on. And someone said, I keep hoping the folks at Cryptic/Deca will be able to provide the era-appropriate parts for us ship nerds to tinker with in stow. And Bill Kraus responded with a GIF there, you know, alluding to things. I don't know if there was anything else, but I mean, it was just like a very strong hint towards what that person was asking about. Yeah, the Decora bridge is better than the Amari bridge when it comes to actually using it. Um, but if you have the Suliban cell ship interior, that is by far the best. What do I think the odds are? I don't know on that one. It's just that we have seen in the, we saw in 2024 a lot of fan service with the ships that they were bringing in, and with the anniversary bundle, they want it to be strong. They want the anniversary event itself to be really strong because it is, pretty much Deca's first release. Um, and I think that's a ship that would have a lot of people going crazy. Yeah, Chiefs, are you okay, bud? Yeah, the Suliban cell ship is by far my favorite freighter interior. The box that you get from the event campaign, it is the event campaign, then whichever version it was, prize, premium, T6 starship choice. Yeah, I mean the Suliban cell ship, I mean it's literally just one room. You have a full ship selector, like, and the fact that you can put this interior on any ship, I mean, over on casual, I've got this like on any of my main ships, I put this interior on it. Yeah, it does have access to some unique DOF missions, the Tau Dewa ones. Now, when you're doing these, you have to you pick one up, but you don't start it. You see, there's 6 of them, and you can only do one at a time if you start it up right away. So what you have to do is go through, get them all just in your like in the local map tab, and you do that just by clicking through them, and then you can start all of them up. Now, the thing is, these do take 5 days to go through, so whatever DOFs you put on these are not going to be available for a couple days. But I've got them all so that they'll show in the personal tab. You see 120 hours. So I can go through now and just start each of these up. And just like that, I have been able to start up all 6 of them, whereas if I just started up one, it wouldn't let me pick the other. The Suliban cell ship is a very rare drop from the ROM Survivor DOF pack, so very, very rare. It's typically cheaper to just buy one off the exchange. And they go for 200 mil. So I guess for the first bit of market manipulation, I always like ripping open DOF packs. Let's go some ROM Survivor. Okay, so I have 70 ROM Survivor DOF packs. Oh, Dan, thank you for the bits. Very much appreciated. Yes, Singo, exactly. Well, Cell Ship is best because it does have access to those unique DOF missions, but it's also just such a compact bridge. Like, it's just this one room. You have all of the freighter amenities in this one room. You still have the cheap, the quartermaster that has access to the local or the cheaper commodities. Like, everything's just right here. One single room. So the DOFs that you can get from the Cell Ship missions are the exact same ones that you could potentially get from the ROM Survivor DOF packs. So that can include things like the reverse shield polarity fabrication engineers. There's a few others that you can sometimes get it, quite a bit a good bit of EC for. Yeah, a security officer using ambush causes your next attack to deal double damage. That's a good DOF to get, and that's another one you could technically get. So opening these packs, you've got a really, really low chance to also get a Suliban cell ship. Really, really low. So opening DOF packs is one of the best ways to make funds in the game. Uh, but it does require you have initial capital to open enough DOF packs, and it sucks. It is a process that is just extremely tedious. Like going through and opening DOF packs it's not for everyone. Like it can make you EC, but it is a process that a lot of people just absolutely cannot stand. I need to find some DOFs here to post, or that I can contribute to the fleet. Gibbs, thank you. It depends on how the DOF market is, but typically at least a couple hundred mil, you know, so you can buy enough of the DOF packs. You also want to just take some time on the wiki to look through what the DOF packs have. Um, you know, it is a gamble. Like whenever you're opening packs like this, it is to some extent going to be a little bit of a gamble. Okay, I don't have time to like find projects, dump all this stuff into, so I'm just going to delete. Now, another thing too with DOF packs, the DOFs you delete give you lithium and recruitment XP. So if you're ever on a recruit character and you're looking for a way to speed up getting through one of the DOF commendations, opening DOF packs, discarding the DOFs, that can speed it up. Thank you, Gibbs. I'll be posting those here in the Discord very soon then. I'm going to wait, though, because as you saw, the bot was just constantly screwing up. Yeah, and right now the DOF pack market is not great. We really need, damn it, we really need a promo pack event. Yeah, so that basically within TBC, yeah, Space Invader is just making sure, to be honest, that the person's competent. So yeah, we can get you moved up there. The issue is with that rank in the fleet, that's where we give people the ability to slot projects. And we want to make sure the people going into that rank understand what they should and should not slot. Yeah, the thing is too, just going through all these DOFs, like when you're opening a lot of packs, you do want to have the space for them. And it can suck. This process can really suck. We had McStew try this once, and he hated life. Is there a trick to do Admiralty without getting burned out? Watch something on the side. Pretty much, you know, just have like YouTube up or Netflix or something up on one monitor, and then you do Admiralty on the other. That's a really weird question, Kirk. I don't have an answer for you there. Yeah, and you're going to get to a point where you just do not want to deal with trying to find other places to dump some of these DOFs, so you just end up discarding them. Okay, what very rare DOFs did I get so far? I mean, just that security officer. I think that's the only one that's actually going to have any value. Security officer, and the issue is too that that's a security officer, so all the Borg Doffs are going to pop up. Ambush dot. Okay, that's not actually worth much. Okay, I'm going to go to a different character that has more DOF space, or I'll find a character where I can buy more DOF space if needed. Steven, it's just a matter of time. like that process, in order to do the process you're talking about, you have to go through and do basically one DOF at a time. And if I'm opening 100 DOF packs, I get 700 DOFs. And, you know, just even if I'm only needing to up convert, 400 of them, that is such a lengthy process. Like that is just a huge amount of time to do that. Oh, is it? I don't remember. And don't those also cost some dilithium? Did someone take a look into the performance of the console from mods, the planetoid thing? I don't know what you're talking about right now. What are you talking about? Or from Lobby? Oh, Lobby, yeah, that's not that amazing from what I recall. Okay, here's a character that has a little bit more space. So let me actually open up the account bank so I can pull these out. What I want to see is a Suilbon cell ship pop up in my inventory. If I get even one, that covers what I just spent on these soft packs. Now to repeat the process of clearing out all the commons and uncommons. Do I have room in my fleet? Is there any projects that need a bunch of doffs? Check the armada. Okay, is there any fleet here needing a bunch? Here's one. Yeah, the biggest thing with DOF packs is just you have to go into them understanding what DOFs are going to be worth anything from them. That's why it's a harder thing for people newer to the exchange to get into. The fleet contribution window that they put in does make this a little bit easier than it used to be, but it still takes time to clear through the DOFs. And when there's a promo pack event going on and you're dealing with a couple hundred DOF packs, it can be very tedious because you will fill up the projects very quickly and you'll be back to just needing to just discarding DOFs. Any of these energy weapon officers it has selected worth anything? You did not know you can donate to the Armada? A lot of people don't. It's one of the reasons most people struggle getting fleet creds is they don't know that they're in like an Armada of 13 fleets and they can contribute to the other 12 fleets. Most people confine themselves to just one fleet that they donate to, and that is why they suffer or why they struggle with earning fleet creds. 5 packs left. Give me a Suilbon cell ship. Yeah, and that's the issue too. With these DOF packs, you can open a large quantity and not get what you're hoping for. It's a gamble. That was 200 million worth of these packs, and I did not get a Suilbon cell ship. Which is why, if you really want a Suliban cell ship, you just buy one off the exchange. Avrod, how's it going? No, Phil, that's been there for a very long time. Okay, did I get any other really good Doffs here? Let me discard these other commons and uncommons. I got one RSP fabrication Doff. What are those going for right now on KDF? Yeah, and the other thing too with doffing is figuring out if it's better for you to open on Fed or KDF, because sometimes it'll be more profitable to go to one side. Other times it'll be better to go to the other. $40 million. I got screwed over on that opening. I lost a fair bit there. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Open another 10. Come on, game. One Suliban cell ship. It's like a 1 out of 100 drop rate for a lot of these things. Consider using OCI. Yeah, setting up like stuff like that would certainly be handy. Yeah, it would be a lot of work. Yeah, the thing is with DOF packs is that even a couple 100 million EC worth of them can turn into a couple hours of trying to figure out what everything is going to sell for right now. That's one of the reasons a lot of people just don't do it. It's a lot of work, and you really have to you have to have a good grasp on how that DOF pack or what the value of it's like to really be able to take advantage of it. Okay, what's this maintenance engineer going for on KDF? I just saw someone complaining about them. Additional buffs based on type of battery activated are going for 20 million. I don't know if they're actually selling for that, but what other buffs do I get here? I got a matter antimatter specialist for ox to dampeners. That might sell for something. Not many people use ox to damp anymore, but for those that do, that is a good doff. Only 4.5 million. Oof. Yeah, I got a bit screwed over on this opening today. So I probably lost, like when I go through and sell these other DOFs, I probably lost a good 150 mil on that. If I'd pulled a Suliban cell ship, it would have been profitable. But given that I did not, I did not make a profit. Rough gotcha life, yeah. Let's see, has anything else sold? Oh, and I can probably put up that giveaway. Let me see if it'll let me now. Still, like half an hour later, the bot still just does not work. Yeah, there's some additional giveaways to go up, but they may not be going up soon. Single, those would be in boxes. Yeah, they're in boxes that you then have to open. Chadwick, that's a really great bundle. They're bound to you, from what I remember. I can verify that for you really quick. Yeah, one of them was not correct. All my ball obelisks sold? Hell yeah. Covert assault drone, look at that. Another 340 million just off of some kit modules. Yeah, they are bound to the character, but the doffs you get from them are not bound, so you have to open them and then you can mail them to your other character. It's like it's a way that you can technically transfer fleet credits between characters, though you are taking a hit doing so. Yeah. Oh, for sure, Epic. Okay. I'm gonna be terrible. I'm gonna commit. Double down. Certainly, after another 40 of these things, I will get a Suliban cell ship and get all my money back. Surely that will happen. I'm doubling down. I bought all the packs that were cheap on the exchange, and damn it, I am gonna get a Suliban cell ship. I don't need one. To be clear, I have a Suliban cell ship on every character I want one on. But it's just the matter of I'm not gonna let these Doff packs screw me over. Eventually, I'm gonna get one. Yeah, you'll win eventually, exactly. Hey, the rare fabrication engineers aren't worth really that much. I don't want to deal with these rare Doffs. The Suliban cell ship, it's a freighter with a really nice interior. I'm just being extremely unlucky today. The Baku were accidentally removed. You'll have them back on Tuesday. Falkwolf, yeah, they were deleting backup files for the game, from the live release of it, and the deletion method that they used this time was a bit more broad, and it happened to delete the Baku and Bake Tribbles. They're gonna bring them back on Tuesday. Becca did the Sona's work for him. If you had changed the loadouts during the duration they were bugged, it wouldn't have loaded the old one. Like if you changed any gear on your ship or anything while they were broken, like you broke that specific loadout. I've gotten a few rare or very rare doffs. That's good. Now will I get a cell ship out of the last 10? The game is doing this to me right now. This is what the game is saying right now. Oh no. Yeah, the RNG did not like me right there. When is the new ESD going to go on PS4? I don't know exact date. Take this as a personal friend. Yeah. You might, if you had a Baku on your roster, that can screw it. You see, this is a process people don't want to deal with. This is why not many people do doffing. Because you can get screwed over. And it is a lot of work to clear out all the doffs. Okay. Starting to lose faith in this pyramid scheme? Oh no. But look at the doff pack market. Like, it is just so screwed compared to normal. The cheapest is 10 mil. Fleet supports are at 10 mil now because people trying to go for the battery quartermasters. Deltas, what are Delta Alliance at? 16 mil. Yeah, the entire DOF market is just screwed right now. The packs are just too expensive. So I'm gonna make another just random guess here. So there's a Breen ship in the lockbox. What damage type did the Breen use? Oleron. The fleet DOF packs are expensive because some guy on the internet said quartermasters are good. The thing is, too, is there's so many. Now, this is a tip for all of you that all of you can take advantage of. Isomags get the most attention when it comes to what people focus on getting with their elite random crafting materials, but you should really start taking a look at some of the hanger craft ones. I forget what the name of them is for the part from the random boxes, but the component to craft the hanger craft consoles, like that's one that people do not select very often, and in some cases can actually net you even more EC. So if I look at phaser consoles, the cheapest phaser isomag, 16 mil. The cheapest phaser hangercraft one, a little bit more expensive, 17 and a half. Yeah, you got it, Gibbs. 8. Nice. Happy to hear. Why not fleet equipment? The isomags are generally just a bit more effective than the fleet tac consoles. Yep, I got him, Gibbs. Thank you. Yeah. Sora, I'll get you moved up. Let me do that quick. Yeah, I think there's just less people doing just doing the Doff grind like that. Are they worth the EC? Yeah, absolutely. Most of the current builds at the higher levels are using isomags instead of the old locators and exploiters. Truthfully, I haven't. The last time I like actively went out and made a build that used like exploiters or locators, it's been a while. When is my next try on beating Michi in solo ISC? I don't know. You know, I think for trying to beat Michi in solo ISC, I might wait a few weeks. Does it increase DPS or critical? Well, those are in the end the same thing. You know, boosting up your crits is boosting up your DPS, but no, the isomags, you're trading off the crit boost to get more weapon power and max weapon power. Yeah, I mean the thing is the science consoles, the advanced science consoles they put in. The issue is that most people don't care about science. You know, at the end of the day, most people just want to fly around and shoot phaser beams out of their ship. We got a Fleffel here. Is this the Hope remaster? This is something they remastered recently, I know that. What do you do with the Voline shutdown codes? Honestly, that is one I don't remember. Prepping some master keys for the new lockbox? Good idea. Sora, let's get you. There you go. I would ask in the Discord for that one. I don't remember what those are used for. John, you have a lot of critical. 56 on your critical. I honestly I haven't looked at my critical stats in a very long time. I watched the Section 31 movie last night. It was one of the movies of all time. The codes are for use on new Kara. Okay. There you go. There's your answer. I actually need to do my daily quick, so yeah, on Paramount, there's a new Section 31 movie. Need to get my daily done. I mean, it was not the best. It's probably, for when it comes to Star Trek movies, it probably is the worst Star Trek movie. But if you look at it from more just a general like standpoint, it's not a great movie, but it's also not the worst I've seen. Like, I have seen worse movies than that. Is it a movie that I'm going to go out and actively rewatch? No. But is it something that really changes anything? No. Also, let me know, guys, if the game sound is a bit loud. I need to get my daily done, and I'm going to do it on 2 accounts simultaneously. Now, I did... There is one thing I would like to see from that movie in Stowe. I don't want to spoil it, but it's something that happens with an explosion near the end of the movie. Yeah, if you're using like the standalone launcher, you can, yeah. You like my beard?
Welcome to the Gamma Hydra. Welcome to the Gamma Hydra.
You like the villain ship? Yeah, the villain ship was actually pretty cool looking. Again, let me know if the audio is too loud. I've got it so I can't actually hear the game right now. Okay.
This is the Kobayashi Maru. 19 periods out of all tier 6. We have struck a gravitic mine and have lost all power. Our highest penetrated and we have sustained many casualties.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yo.
Heads up! Another wave is coming your way.
My other account freeze there? I think my game crashed on the left one. No. That game's mine's crashed.
The next wave is coming.
That's unfortunate. I'm doing 2 at once, exactly. Yeah, unfortunate. Still not wanting to load, it's just frozen.
Get ready for another wave.
It looks like I'm going to be doing 2 of these back to back.
The volatile core breacher fix is active.
Oh, I got banned live on stream? Oh no.
Heads up! Another wave is coming your way. Enemy assault incoming. Survive the onslaught.
no. Are the other accounts still down? Yeah, it's just fully locked up.
The Kobayashi Maru's health is at 25%. The Kobayashi Maru's health is at 10%. Heads up! Another wave is coming your way.
Thankfully, this will complete no matter what.
Is over. Here are your...
Okay, so I just gotta do that again. My other account just completely crashed there. Cheops, that's terrible. Truly, truly terrible. Did I pass the Kobayashi Maru test? Apparently not. Just didn't like the jellyfish. About the merc workers and what you're doing wrong. What so you're having a problem training up a bridge officer with merc worker? Let me grab some, go over to a different character so I can show you the process. Could have just cheated like Kirk. Huh. Want to add the EC on? Yes, it is.
Platinum is a girl's best friend.
So you want to get a merc worker qualification. You can craft these, or you can just buy one off the exchange. So you want to get a merc worker qualification, and then you'll find the bridge officer you're wanting to train up. Go to the skills tab, and the bridge officer needs to be fully promoted up to whatever the top rank is. I don't remember the name, commander. And then you can use that qualification to learn Miracle Worker on it. Take a moment, apparently. Is it just busted right now? Because I'm on my bridge. There it goes. Okay, so once I was off my bridge and just on a normal map, it actually went through. And once you do that, you then have the ability to train up Merc Worker abilities on it. But the thing is, you know, with specializations, remember, you can only use that specialization, those specialization abilities, on a seat on your ship that accepts those abilities. So you have to have a seat on your ship that says it takes Merc Worker abilities, and you have to put a bridge officer there that has Merc Worker abilities on it in order to then be able to use it. When did they remove crude BOF trading? I have no idea. Yeah, Merc Worker, it's one of the specializations in the game. I personally think Merc Worker's not amazing. Yeah, you need to have a ship that accepts Merc Worker abilities. So they updated the blog to say that it is just a once per account claim. Bordicus did imply on Twitter and Blue Sky that it was meant to be per character, but I don't know. Steven, I've postponed it by a year for each time I've seen that comment, so it's going to be a very long time. Yeah, that Section 31 rifle is actually really good. Yes, really, really good. Yeah, you don't need a Merc Worker ship to train Merc Worker abilities. It's just you need a Merc Worker ship, like Chiop said, to actually be able to use them. You are a lot better at reading chat fast than Triz. I have multiple monitors. Triz is on a laptop. Which is why it can take him, you know, like 10, 15 minutes to get back to you. So the weapon's really popular. It's something people have been wanting for a very long time. So the duty officer pack market is just completely destroyed right now. So there goes that. Doff cadre market is also screwed because Baku are not listed right now. The entire market is just in a rough state outside of Master Keys right now. Market manipulated. How many monitors am I running? So I might have a picture here. Hold on. I don't have a picture. I've got 4 monitors right now. They're set up in a pretty weird configuration. So this is how I have them set up in Windows. I've got my main 32-inch 4K monitor right here. Above it is a 34-inch that is offset to the left a little bit. Right in the middle is my prompter, which is display 4. And I just drag my notepad or chat over to that. And then over at the left, I have a 28-inch monitor 4K that's also just being used vertically right now. And that is where I've got OBS, any Windows folders I have open, Discord. Yeah. And then technically over to the left, I also have a Widgie Dash from G-Skill, which is super dusty right now. But this is like a little sensor panel. I don't know if I can get it to appear here. Not going to show up very well. But I've got this so I can monitor temps and stuff. And then if you want to count the stream deck, I guess that's technically another screen. I honestly, Ramsman, I don't know. Yeah, so just a few monitors. Also, I'm glad to say that there's going to be a, I'm trying to branch out a little bit with content this year. I've got some more real life item reviews incoming. One of them is another controller, and I was also sent another monitor. So I'll be checking that out on the channel next month. Yeah, no problem. Stream Deck is like a dozen little screens, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. A little bit dusty, but yeah. Bunch of little screens. Do I have OLED monitors? No. I have my main 32-inch is a mini LED panel though. These are tempting, but they're I need to just save EC up for the future. The issue with OLED is I use a lot of static elements on my screen, so that is something that is a big concern for me. I don't want to have a monitor, just have a static image burnt into it. And all the Fed Hangar Bay recharge DOFs just are gone off the market. Well, there's one for 23. They're just really expensive. No, that's not one. The thing with the DOF window or the DOFs when you're looking on the exchange is they don't update the description. So you have to be really careful. You have to go with your mouse over them a couple times to get them to update to what they actually are. You can easily buy the wrong DOF just because the window doesn't actually properly update the description. That one was showing something different until I right-clicked it. I'm just looking at different parts of the market just to see if there's anything I'm missing in this part of the market. There just is not much supply. Yeah, Ranger, you were gone that long. You're saving EC for credence? Pick 3 thoughts. I guess my first question would be, like, what's driving you to go for it? Like, the VOD Jug is, clearly the main ship there, but if you have a Legendary Avenger, like, that's close enough. But if I was going to go for it, I mean, probably VOD Jug, Kawavi, and probably just 2 coupons. Yeah. Are these actually Fed recharge Doffs here? Okay. So the Fed recharge Doffs are just really expensive right now. 30 million? 40 million? There's a ton of these that are really expensive. Just want to check here. Gorn Hunters, 1.5. Does Cryptic ever nerf ships, or do they just leave? They've never changed the stats of a ship, like, after launch. The VOD Jug console's on the menu? Yeah, I know. Credence or Obina? I'd probably go Credence. Actually, I wanted to test that. The Obina console's description was changed. I need to swap over to casual. Yeah, I got him, Gibbs. Thank you. They might have. Yeah, they only changed ships that they released bug like the Typhon, yeah. Valerie, how's it going? I think it'll be a 25% discount at launch. That's my expectation. I need to open up that other account and hope it does not crash the game again. I mean, that's sort of how it's supposed to be, though. Is it's the Obina, it builds up to its 10 stacks and then it resets. Like, you're really meant to spam bar the console. Okay, so this is like most of my other loadouts on this character right now, where everything just got completely screwed up. That is fine. And I want something that I can hit that is like 10%. Done there. Okay, let me get this started. So I want to test to see if they changed the description of the Obina console from what it was. I want to see if they changed it from being Cat 1 to Cat 2. I've tried. Some of my loadouts are just bricked on this character. The damage buff is gone? Yeah, that's from the description. It is gone. I just want... Has it been fully removed? What do you guys pilot with? Mouse, keyboard? Yeah, mouse and keyboard. Typically just WASD. You think of me every time you see a sagging on the exchange? I'm glad. Am I just not able to have 2 clients open right now? Okay, for whatever reason, it's not letting me have 2 game clients open at the same time right now, which is abnormal for my setup. Anti-cheat system. Yeah, normally I can run 2. For whatever reason on the stream here today, I cannot get the second one for me to. Yeah, Chadwick. You got the credence for your main for 960 mil. Carhartt. I don't have Chrome open. There's plenty of RAM. What did I hit to just minimize that? Oh no. I have no idea what I just accidentally hit in Task Manager that caused that, but okay. Yeah, there's plenty of RAM available. But yeah, the damage is no longer listed. The damage buff is no longer listed on this. Even under more details, that it just doesn't say anything about a damage buff. Where do you get help with Oscar? In the Oscar support channel in the Builds Discord. Is it Cat 1 or Cat 2 for Yamara? It was Cat 1 before, but the description implied it should be Cat 2, but now the description's been changed. What ship am I going to swap here? Or swap to here? Yeah, I can't get my second account up to do that testing, so I'll leave that up to you. Rachel, how's it going? I have another... Oh, I need to do the know-in on this character still. Damn it. I forgot. Got that quickly. And thank you for the bits. Very much appreciated. I have been very heavily involved with PvP in the past, and that is why I'm not involved anymore. Because I know it's not what it's not what it used to be. I pretty much have no interest in how PvP is currently in the game. That one still? I'm just not a fan of how the meta has evolved with all the holds, placates, just all that type of crap. Back when I did PvP back in the day, you know, it was not anything like what it is now. I was not paying much attention and just popped everything super early, I'm aware.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming. The next wave is incoming.
Kenobi, thank you for the 100 bits. Much appreciated.
Heads up! Another wave is coming your way. Get ready for another wave. The weapon recharger fix is active. The next wave is incoming. Enemy assault incoming. Survive the onslaught.
Don't fly into those. No.
Get ready for another wave. All right, everyone.
So if you guys are wondering what the hell just happened there, there's a spawn point for all of the enemies where they just spawn in very, very briefly, and with enough with builds that have certain setups, you can basically kill them before they're able to spawn into the map. So that's why there was barely any enemies on the map that time, because they were all going into that one spot, and I had the Tholian crystals on from the Tholian core, so they were spawning in and dying before they could actually move. It's like you can really cheese that. So spawn camping, I mean, yeah, that's how you get through it really fast. How's the Galactic Geneva suggestion coming along? Oh, it's great. It's really great. And again, thank you. Is the meta too resistance heavy for PvP? I don't know where that's currently at. I mean, I used to do a lot of PvP back in the day. There's plenty of videos of it up on the channel. I lost interest. Like if I want to do PvP, I'm going to go play PvP in a game where the developers care about it. They don't, in Stowe, the developers do not care at all about PvP. And it's pretty much been that way for the entire game's life. So like stuff just constantly is introduced that is just game breaking for PvP. And like, what is it? The premonition trait. I'm blanking on the name right this moment, but I know that's been a huge issue. Eliark, congrats. I thought they would largely remove that though. Like for the event TFOs, I don't think the AFK system is working quite like that. Team PvP was really fun back in the day, yeah. Did I put my EC back in the bank here? Yes, I did. Okay, is there anything else I can have some fun with on the market? I'm not buying those packs. What are fed battery quartermasters at? That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Fed battery quartermasters are down to 530 mil. I mean, it's hard. It's like for any of the routes to try and make EC, like if you're looking for something that's quick, it's going to be gambling. Long term, like a long-term investment, is going to be the contraband route, which I've covered in the past, which is pretty much a consistent way to just double your EC every couple months. But that's a lot of work, and people do not like that. Like, it's a lot of work. Would I buy that Viridian Omni? Terrible. 1 premium ship or 2 Doffs? Yeah, pretty much. How the Polaron isomags went up yet? Not much. But what headphones are the most premium for casual? My current headphones, if that's what you're asking about, former con, I'm currently using the Beyerdynamic DT1990 Pros. I bought these used back in 2020, I believe. Got them at less than half of what they would cost, and their normal cost is really just stupid. It's like $500-600. But I got them for less than half of that. But the downside to buying used is over time I've had to buy some replacement parts, and thankfully with the Beyerdynamics, you can actually buy replacement parts. Contraband market is about to bottom out with the new merchant ship. Terrible. Okay. I don't remember what the name of the part is for the Hangarcraft console here. What is this? Subspace Com. I want to just check the prices on these. Myth, how's it going? Yeah, I know. I know that some of the kit frames are worth a fair bit. I've got some pretty expensive ones that I pretty much just gave up on even trying to sell because they just kept bouncing back. Oh, did I just bought those the pieces, didn't I? Thinking I was buying the full damn thing. Okay. I blinked out there doing that. My bad. I should have been buying the wave, or I should have been buying the core. $10, all will be bought out and reposted at 10 mil per. Terrible. Nah, but like for anyone that is going through and doing random elites, like consider picking those up. I mean, I know everyone just defaults to the isomag ones. But like, look, the isomag ones are $250 per. The hanger pet ones, and I haven't even bought the cores, any of these cores yet. They're $400K per. They might sell a little bit slower, but I mean, you know, in 2024 we saw them shift over towards buffing up hanger stuff a little bit. That's probably a trend that's going to continue. I think it's a safe gamble. Also, I just want to check some other stuff. Ceaseless, 175. Covert assault. Covert assault drones are down to 50 mil. I did a video going over the isomags when they dropped. The isomag meta breakdown. Get you a link here. So basically, these are engineering consoles that are better performers than your TAC exploiters and locators because they give you weapon power instead of crit. Pyro, how's it going? A safe gamble, the words. Yeah, exactly, Singo. Like the Arc Royal is pretty much like guaranteed. You know that thing's going to be a carrier. Like that in lore, in the game it came from was a carrier. So if that's a ship that ends up being popular, then you know that is going to be something to keep in mind. How many of these parts do I already have? Oh, apparently I have a ton. I've completely forgotten about the components I already had, and apparently I already had a ton. But we'll craft a few. Might be able to turn a profit on that. Mar Hawkman, I'm not a very creative individual in that way. Yeah, the isomegs are better, but your exploiters and locators, they still work. You don't have to worry about you don't have to swap. What is my favorite small ship? As in shuttle? I don't know, they all suck. Can I say the Suliban Cell ship? Though that's not very small. Okay, let's get some of these crafted. A lot of catch up to do. Too worried about being caught for... Yeah, that's a good way to go, Adamant. I want to check, so I was looking at these before, but there's the flight deck officers, specifically the ones that help reduce the time for the recharge time for hangar bays. Honestly, if any of you guys have some of those, especially on the Fed side, probably worth tossing them up on the market. Like, those are pretty expensive right now. Typical, thank you for the membership. Very much appreciated. Yeah, you can still do very well with the locator or exploiter setup, yeah. I mean, we were doing millions of DPS with those a while back. They were less than a mil 2 weeks ago. Well, right now, the Fed ones... The Fed ones are in the 30s. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Typical? Here, 32 mils where they start. Yeah, if you're still using the plasmonic leech, you might want to think of updating your setup. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, shoot, Typical. Hope we get more pet variety, like 90% of the hanger pets do 0 damage, yeah. It's also rough because if you're doing like any higher level min-max stuff, you're using type 7s and literally nothing else matters. If you're like doing min-max DPS. What would be the best ship to go for a beam build as of right now? I'm currently looking for a ship close to what I'm using right now, which is the Merc Worker Flight Deck Carrier. Do you have the Legendary Avenger? Like that's pretty good. Legendary, but if you're wanting to keep the type 7s on, so I mean, for right now, I would say if you're liking that, that's still a really capable platform. If you're looking for something better with beams, oh, if you're looking for something better with beams, I know what Mara's about to say. The Mirror Strikewing Escort. The Mirror Strikewing Escort that we've been doing the solo builds on with cannons, you can do beams with that. You can do beams with that too. Like this, you would just take this build and you'd swap the cannons out for beams. Is it viable? Everything in the game is viable, Cheops. Did you see the video I did the other day with the freighter? The tier 4 freighter? Anyone else a little disappointed with the upcoming anniversary ship as a Dreadnought cruiser rather than So, Pyro, the issue is the anniversary ship needs to be something with very, very wide appeal. And the simple reality is people overwhelmingly do not care about science ships. People don't want to do the science playstyle overwhelmingly. If you like science playstyle, you know how effective it is, how really, really great it is once you're aware of how to take advantage of it. But at the end of the day, most people playing this game want to use beams and just fly around in a circle around their target. And for the anniversary ship, especially given how slow last year was with content, they need something that has really, really wide appeal and is able to bring people back in. That a ship that people are going to want to fly. I would love to have seen a Khitomer Alliance, like another science dread. But yeah, science ships are not as popular. And non-fed ships absolutely are nowhere near as popular. So we've got an anniversary ship that is like an Ent C or Ent D, combined with Klingon pieces. Like that's gonna just have a lot more appeal. An Enterprise, a free Enterprise, C or D, people are gonna love it. Yeah, sir, I will see if the giveaway will let me now. Okay. There it goes. There you go, Sora. It only took a few attempts. The giveaway bot's not happy today. What is the shield array? This is the Khitomer shield. You can still buy this out from an event that happened last year. It's going to cost you $25. The buyout is going to disappear in less than a month. So if you want this shield or you want the Pavan Omni, you're going to have to shell out and pick them up from the second chance as soon as possible. I'd be interested to see the sales numbers for the Dyson bundle to see how popular each faction ship was. Enter the Shangri-La. Yeah, I mean, I think that there is very much a time and place for the science playstyle. I think it's just that most people don't understand it, and it just, most people at the end of the day, they just want to fly around in a Federation ship with phaser beam arrays, and that's all they care about. Didn't they pretty much do that already, Findan? Wasn't there some Alliance pets? I can't remember the name of them, but there's an Alliance fighter squadron, and I believe they dropped focused assault on targets. Yeah, Ranger. Yeah, Progress, if they put the crossfield refit or the mirror warship in there, personally, I would rather see the mirror warship in there just because that is gonna be a ship and trait that is easier for people to utilize. But if they put either of those in there, the bundle would be an amazing seller. Mike, I do not. I mean, it's going to be something TMP themed. I'm reading this Discord message. Still says interaction failed. Oh no. Some people's PCs may not be able to handle the space magic. Did anyone actually like the Kardajev? One thing I wonder about this build, why rotate out the ultimate set? Because the POV and Omni is so damn good. Like, if you're... there's no other set Omni you should be running other than the omnidirectional Pavin. The omnidirectional Pavin is going to do more, way more than that ultimate set could ever provide. The Pavin Omni, like, it's... The Pavin Omni is just so stupidly powerful on a CSV setup or fire at will. Like, I need to pop open a parse. Okay, so let me pop open an ISE parse here. Grab Michi's parse. Something wrong with my... Hold on. Okay. So if I look at a parse here, this is the current solo ISC record at just under 2.6 million DPS. The Pavin Omni is also this resonance shock ability here. And also you've obviously got Pavin Proton Beam Ray. As long as you have CSV up, this thing gets fire at will of the same rank. So if you have CSV 3, it's going to have fire at will 3 for the entire time you have CSV up. So the Omni on its own did 55k, but more importantly, the proc from it to the resonance shock did almost 200,000 DPS. You are not getting 200,000 DPS out of your ultimate 3-piece. In fact, your ultimate 3-piece, in anything that is longer than, like, what, 15, 20, 30 seconds, the ultimate 3-piece is going to lose you DPS. Yeah, Plasma, if you have the Gorn Hunter, the Gorn Hunter has a trait on it called Complex Plasma Fire. And this is just like a Plasma Fire dot just on steroids, basically. The Mirror Strike Wing you get from the 12th anniversary bundle, I believe. Is the Chronos worth getting from the Zen store? I just don't think I'd buy that anymore. Storygram, are you okay? Cat, get on the keyboard. Yeah, but I mean, Plasma is the DPS meta, but everything else is still perfectly viable. You can even do like a rainbow setup now and still do over 1 million DPS. Yeah, so Complex Plasma Fires comes off of the Gorn Hunter, which is 1.5 billion on the exchange. All Infinity Lockbox ships are pretty expensive right now. Something else of note here with Michi's run. I talked about this a week or so back, but Michi did swap over to dual cannons for his specific run. Now, before you run out and grab dual cannons, there's a pretty hard requirement for whether or not you should run dual cannons or dual heavies. And the main thing is, are you using this console right here? Are you using the dilithium transporter console off of the Credence Merc Worker Dreadnought Cruiser, a lockbox ship from last year? If you are using this and you are over 1,000,000 DPS, I would say, maybe look at dual cannons, because the dual cannons are going to be able to get more out of the dilithium transporter console. If you do not have this console and you are not doing, more than 1,000,000 DPS and you're not on like an uncon heavy setup, stick with dual heavies. So basically what that means is for 99% of people, dual heavy cannons are still better for the innate crit D that they get. But if you have that console or at a very high DPS level and you have an uncon setup going on, uncon Boven, where you are able to have that console up very often, then dual cannons. I'm sure everyone will listen to that caveat. I know. I'm gonna... Is 200 the max power level? No. So basically, if you are not someone at the very highest DPS levels, you run dual heavy cannons. If you have this console, are doing a lot of deeps, have uncon, you can do dual cannons. No, but 200 max power is not the cap. On some of our record runs where we're stacking a ton of power buffs, and have teammates applying power buffs as well, I think we've hit almost 250. Terrible Neojet. Guess let's run a TFO quick. Let's run a TFO quick and then I'll gamble a little bit. I do actually have my 5 dual cannons here, so let me slap them back on. They just were not saved in my loadout. Okay. Everyone's favorite. Let's do an infected. We can see how rusty my piloting is today. Apparently my combat log has an error in it. The dilithium transporter console, when it's active for 20 seconds, it makes it so your weapons drain no power, and it adds a proc to your weapons that does radiation damage.
The situation is grim.
But Spencer, Days of Doom is the Universal today. Terrible. That's one of the worst things I've heard. I don't have my... That was a bad grab ball. The vault should be perma. The vault should be a permanent endeavor. That's terrible.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are
Terrible.
still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
Yeah, having the live info is nice. I'm using the Oscar parser, and I do have an install video up on the channel. It's not in the how to install a DPS parser video. There's a separate video. It is very much appreciated. App is very slow to load. Yeah, let me see if it'll load for me. Analyze. Gibbs, I've got you at 491k. So yeah, second thing here was my Pavan Omni, which did 280k from the resonance shock proc, and then another 68k from that from the Omni itself. So, I mean, what is that? Almost like somewhere between 15 to 20% of my damage came from that damn Omni beam. Like, if you don't have that thing, you need to buy it out while it's still available. It's from the Pavan event in the second chance buyout window. Yeah. I did not get. I mean, I got an okay amount from the the Achilles console there, but they were not grouped up on the gateway. There was a gravel just down the middle of nowhere that sort of screwed them over. You need me to copy it for you, Gibbs? Gibbs, you were at 492k. Terrible, Billy. Decent lithium with the crit. Yeah, 164k. Yeah, I'm on duels. Yeah, I mean, as soon as Michi had brought that up in chat, like a week or two back, Chiaps, I was like, I'm immediately getting a set of these. Is that new high for you? It might. Is this an upload for anyone? Spend a week in ISCLN? Yeah, the dual cannons did well, but the prototype phaser hexacannons 247k right there. Complex plasma fires 183k almost. The lithium off the Credence console 164k. The agony redistributor that I used on that first cube, that was 98k right there. You want to do an HSE? Yeah, we can do an HSE. Public queue, Hive Onslaught Elite. Let's go. If a ship class design was named after me, what ship class would you hope for it to be? Ooh. That's a good one. How about that one I did a video on last year? Like the hypothetical, like at the time, what would have been the most optimal like do platform. Made it. Yeah, they broke the 32nd century cloak. That is a known issue. I don't know when they'll fix it.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Activate. I screwed up my ability activations and my CSV's misfired. Oh, this is laggy. So laggy.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
I am eternal! This is not the end.
Yeah, that was really laggy. Good run. And yeah, I'm basically just running the build that I posted on the ultimate. I think it's now titled the Ultimate Solo Elite build.
The gift.
This is a build that's seen some tuning by Mara, Michi, myself. You know, we've all thrown some elements into it. And we've all been just absolutely just slamming with this build. Queen Diamond would be awesome. Yeah, she didn't have a chance to activate feedback pulse. She died too fast. Gibbs, I've got you at 548k. That CSV misfire at the start sucked. Now, if I could have right now, my dream ship would basically be this with the second hangar bay and a slightly altered bridge officer setup to get more on con and to get OSS 3. Like that would be like my dream ship right now would be like a temp intel or intel temp strike wing escort type ship or destroyer, ideally with a battle cloak. And honestly, if it was Romulan, so I could have a singularity core, I'd personally be very happy with that. I know most people hate singularity cores and the lower power, but I really like what singularity cores offer when it comes to their abilities. The warp shadows is really handy for getting threat off of you. But yeah, just give me this with the second hangar bay, better bridge officer setup, battle cloak, and make it Romulan with the singularity core. I'll be very happy. Yeah, I think it's because the original one didn't, Kirk, and it was because there was a warp core. There was a warp core set piece. Okay. Let's see, what else can we do here? Do a Draenor Gauntlet. Draenor Gauntlet Elite public queue. I'll take the center lane. see how it goes. Yeah, Phil, it's fine. The server performance in that hive was not good. What is the secret market tactic for keys? I don't know. Wait for a 25% key sale and then go crazy. It also probably didn't help you, Bill, that I probably had threatening stance turned on there. I just, by default, just hit that on this, so I get the extra HP. I would add a hangar bay. Add a hangar bay. Hangar bay and experimental weapon slot. Like some sort of augmentation like that. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Okay, we gotta interact with all the satellites now, right?
The parts are ready. Scan the satellite.
Gotta wait for the time gate. Hangar slots. I mean, that's sort of what the Typhon already does. There will never be a T7. If they do T7, it'll kill the game. In my opinion. They would have to... They would basically just have to make it so that there's a way for you to directly convert your T6 ships to Tier 7, which is basically what they already do. But yeah, I mean, it would really be down to extra console slots and extra bridge officer slots. More abilities that you can hit. But I think they're better off doing that through just the upgrade system that they're already doing. Marathon? Kenobi, you can get this. You can get it through the through Infinity Lockbox as well. Someone used DOC. Blew them all apart. Activated abilities today? Jeez. That's my battery was already there? Yep. Nobi, that really depends on what you want to do, and like, if you're ever wanting to make an attack character, you may want to get something on account wide unlock. Ability activations just feel absolutely awful today. It's just laggy. Like, it's just, I'm looking at some abilities just cycling and not activating right. What ship would I use for a PvP build? Isn't like the Terran Hydra still like really good for that?
Upgrades are now.
Like Terran Hydra, with the Intel pilot, I'm pretty sure that's like the PvP meta right now, right? Can't wait to start seeing you do play. I've played Star Citizen before. You know, McStud, Nick, they've tried to get me to engage that again recently, as have Steven and Lem in the past couple of months, but I just not interested right now. I appreciate the offer, Mr. Bozic. I'm just not interested in PvP right now. Do I ever know if they'll fix the visual bug for the Tough Fleet Freighter? I don't know.
Enemy flagships. Hang on up there.
Yes, we misfire. Science captains are really good. I'd say they're second best after tax for PvE. Like, if I was making a tank character, I'd go on a Psi. The utility a science captain offers is really good. Clem, can you go help Gamma? Do I remember players from back when I used to do PvP? Yeah, I mean, I still talk to a few of them. Believe me, they have tried very, very hard to get me to get back into PvP. I just don't have that level of interest in that part of the game anymore. And I know that made you sad. It makes some of them very sad. It's not part of the game I get enjoyment from.
We did it! Enemy fleets have disengaged.
Shield generator alpha is
There we
at
go.
75%.
Looks like the assault is over. At least we'll continue to bring the colony's defenses online down here. If they come back, we'll be ready.
Are there any PvP streamers that someone or Spencer might recommend? I mean, Brett isn't really playing the game right now. Basically, what, your only option is going to be Saturk? And I know he uploads the VODs of PvP runs, but I don't think they're streaming them. Yeah, I mean, like, I've done PvP in this game before. I mean, you're really pushing it a lot, but I mean, I've done a ton of PvP in this game over the years. I just don't have interest right now. Like, most of my older videos, yeah, a lot of them are private now, but there's still a few public. They're a bunch of PvPs. Here's Gibbs. Yeah, Gibbs is in chat right now. This was us doing a PvP very long time ago. Back when I was flying the bug ship Like PvP back then, it was very different from how it is now. There was not the same level of power creep. You didn't have the Endeavor system. You didn't have specializations. It was just a lot more straightforward, a lot more pure. Now you've got all this extra crap, all the placates, the holds. It just isn't what it used to be. Like, if you like it, I'm glad you like it. It's just I don't really like. I know how it was back in the day. I know how it's changed over the past couple of years, and I just Z-Bop, Kittimer shield for damage, Discovery rep shield for if you're going for the 2-piece. Yeah, back when the bug ship was the absolute top PvP ship. Yeah. We had a lot of fun back then. We did like some themed matches where we had a bunch of people involved, like the Alliance versus the Dominion was the theme. Like we had a lot of fun with it back then. It's just it's not the same now. You've had a decade of power creep, the devs giving like no thought to PvP. Like you've got major PvP issues right now, like the premonition trait. I can't remember the name of where that's been complained about publicly for half a year now, and they still haven't fixed it. Where basically it's active even without being slotted. Yeah, current PvP is just it's about endurance. It's about are you able to do you have the endurance to keep your ability rotations going longer than your opponent? That's basically how it is. Yeah, that was some fun PvP fights back then. And notice how things aren't instantly dying. PvP right now is hitting your ability rotations, and then when you do manage to get a shot off on your opponent when they slip up, they die in like one shot, right? Just isn't the same. I might have some more recent PvP stuff. Yeah, talking about Star Citizen. Yeah, I've played Star Citizen before. I mean, I even did some like meme stuff. Like there was a point where like I was taking the J into PvP, and the meme was to just try and kill people with the lance. Do I have any footage of that here? No, I don't. I just remember I took someone out with the lance of the Ant J. Epic, so you're on. I don't know. But it just the simple reality is it's not the same as what it used to be. I just don't have any interest in the current state of PvP. That's pretty much the simple answer. Um Just thought about it, but do the Genesis Enterprise ships scale based on difficulty, assuming HP is buff at least? I don't think so. I think they are. I mean, when it comes to performance, or you know how it is, it's the biggest thing is for getting more DPS is what is your ability rotation? How are you piloting your ship? How are you positioning your ship? Like those are the biggest things really when it comes to performance is how you are activating your abilities, how you are positioning yourself, and how quickly you're moving between points. I wanted to just go around, see if anything is sold on some characters. I know I got off topic there with all the PvP stuff. to see if anything is sold. And by the way, on the 11th, I am going to be on February 11th when the game drops and has the big update for the anniversary. I'm going to be streaming as soon as that pops up. And I can tell you guys too, I know I sort of reviewed the ships, you know, in like a recap style video. But I know that there's been people definitely wanted me to do standalone review pieces for each of the ships. So my plan this year for each of the new ships that are incoming is to do, like, I'll have my initial breakdowns, then I'll have actual reviews of the ships, and I am hoping to also be able to get some builds out. Now, the builds for most of them are, you know, they're going to be a bit more premium. But, you know, I think that's the premium stuff. I'll try to give some budget recommendations, but with the premium side, that gives you something to work towards. And I'll try to give some alternatives, you know, where possible.
Ready to get lucky?
How much do I want to bet that one of the 15th ships will have something to do with secondary shields? Oh no. Oh, Nuclear Triad, you bought one of my things here. I mean, Kenobi, the sooner you rip that band-aid, the easier it's going to be long term. Not here for anything above normal? Oh no. I don't remember what's sold. Okay, I do have a bunch of battery quartermasters up. They bounced back at 75 or whatever I put them at the other week, so they're at 25 now. The Ark Royal Drain Carrier. Drain is just, every time I see Drain, it makes me very sad. I think the content would have to be, like, the content we go into would have to be drastically different for Drain to matter. Drain, the simple reality is, and I know that there's people out there that really, really want Drain to be a thing in this game. It's just that when your options are to drain the enemy and just slowly kill them, or just instantly kill them, the insta-kill option's generally what most people are going to go after. Yeah, John, I did see that. The box itself being that you claim you can move between characters on your account. I mean, hopefully, you know, Borticus said it was intended to be a, you know, once per character. So my hope is that maybe that's something they change next week, because, yeah, I asked about it. They did change the blog, but they also said it was intended to be once per character. Make Fall great again? I wish. What about Drain with the Dyson Up console? I just don't recall those really being that effective. Your weapons do the draining, exactly. Your weapons do the draining by taking out the enemy's HP. You're draining their HP. I mean, open it on the character you know for sure you want it on, and then if they fix it, then it should you would hope it would retroactively give it to us account-wide. By the way, guys, if you have any of these lockboxes sitting in a bank, put them up on the exchange. The Section 31 lockboxes are in short supply. They're in a very, very large quantity. They can be profitable to open. Most of you should stick to Infinity and Borg. But like, if you have a stack of these in a bank somewhere, start selling them on the exchange. Ceaseless momentum. There's a couple other goodies. I'm gonna rip some open right now. Would I be open to building a PvP train build and joining my fleet? No, I would not. I'm sorry. Oh, what the hell sold for? Speaking of ceaseless momentum, I just had one sell. $25. Oh, I bought 26 keys. Oops. Move this up so you can actually see what I get. I got a little screwed over there. 5 of the Section 31 module boxes, and those have a chance to give you the covert assault thing, which also is from Infinity. Okay, let's get some more keys. I need to clear some of this stuff out of my inventory quick, so just give me a minute. Here's another 17. Guys just watched RNG just absolutely screw me over. But yeah, that lockbox has a chance to drop Ceaseless Momentum, which if you get one is going to sell for a good bit of VC. It also drops Unconventional Systems, which is unfortunately not what it gave me. It gave me the ground one instead. So I just took a pretty big hit there with that opening. That's just sometimes how it goes with the gambling in this game. Now, I'm going to rip open these 5 Section 31 kit modules and hope to get a Covert Warhead module. Or Covert Assault Drone. Can I get a second? There we go. That's some of my money back at least. Okay. What are these at right now? That's 100 mil back. Yeah, I mean, I just lost probably 350 mil. Yeah. The Covert Assault drone kit module is really good with some ground weapons, like the Section 31 one from the giveaway. I don't know, Data. There's like a bunch of people coming in asking about PvP today. I figure half of them are trolling, but there's been a few. Infinity, Borg, and Safe, yeah. Yeah, Pyro, that'd be great. Everwind, do I think the game's meta is by design or happenstance? I think for most of the game's life, the people working on the game have had a very low understanding of like high-end endgame play, and I believe that it's happenstance. sometimes, you know, they are able to see through like player guides, you know, oh, this is why people are doing this, and they'll be able to understand it. But I think that there's been a lot of decisions over the course of the game's life that were just happenstance. What promotional ship would I say is the best to choose for an alt account, but is on a 3-year build plan? Disco D7 Merc Worker Flight Deck Carrier. Like that's a good ship. It's got a good trait. Something sold. Enjoy the kit module. Thank you for funding even more gambling. PCs, how's it going? Yeah. Jonathan and Jet have been the two on the systems team that we know so far over the years have had like a really strong understanding of the endgame side. I mean, that's pretty much a break even on those ones I just opened. That's going to be unconventional systems for 54 mil. Fine. Remember the picture of the guy mining for diamonds? Yeah. Yeah, it is a big loss. It happens. You want to learn to not die in 5 seconds? If you're talking, I mean, PvP or PvE, the builds Discord, which is linked in the description down below, can help you out there. Adam Zodidoff wanted the KDF one of those a while back for an alt. Sora, it is just in the section 31, because the cross faction trait boxes like that were removed a long time ago. What ship would I choose for year 2? So first year, just probably first year would be Disco D7, just because the good platform you can put the Type 7s on, which is going to make your grind easier. Second year, get Mirror War ships so you can get Terran Goodbye. Third year, I mean, UD would be a straightforward answer. But like with those 3, you're getting UD, Terran Goodbye, Ruin of Our Enemies. Like those are your three big ones. I'm seeing that Singa. I'm sorry, I didn't have a chat log active or anything like that, MC. The trait problem has been resolved. It's just the Doff issue now, which they are going to fix Tuesday, yeah. I love this game and keep coming back to it, but I haven't played since I bought the tuning fork Friendship Carrier, so I missed a bunch of stuff. The Friendship is a great ship. The Friendship, if it was not for the IFF console, like all of the high-end sports would probably be on Friendships right now. Everything gets done on Tuesday. Wonder how borked the anniversary giveaways will be, seeing as they've had back-to-back issues with the Pathfinder and Section 31 rifle giveaways. Yeah, I hope that they... I hope that they test them a bit more thoroughly, make sure there's not an issue there, because those are good. Those giveaways are always a really big deal. Let's head back to a different character. I see a green flashing icon. That means something might have sold. I mean, sir, what are you actually like trying to do? Like, what is your goal right now? Yeah, I mean, I would love to see the Anorax put in. I'd also really love to see just an improved Anorax. Anorax was just such a like a notable ship, but the version we have in the game was released before Temporal was a thing, so it doesn't even have Temporal on it. UD is Universal Designs. That's off of the Crossfield refit. I think, Sora, getting into high-end runs, I mean, those aren't really that common, to be honest with you. I think building for just being able to go in, like, with a team from the DPS channels or just, like, randoms is going to be a bit better for you. And really, it's, like, are you then looking to do damage, tank? You know, what is your goal? Are there people who play this game who perform higher or have more stacked accounts than me? There's people that are with accounts that are more stacked, yeah. There's people that actively toss a ton of money in, that open lots of lockboxes, that have a lot more ships than I. A lot more EC funds. Like, compared to some of the people I know, like, EC and asset-wise, I'm relatively poor compared to some of them. Some of these people... You know, there's some of them that basically have hundreds of billions of EC worth of assets and liquidity. I have nowhere near that right now. I would say right now, if I was to go through, like, and really just do a deep clear on my account and I was able to sell stuff at the prices that's currently valued, I would have to imagine I've probably got, like, I'm just thinking of a number here, 50, 60 billion? Like, if I scraped everything together and was able to actually sell stuff, I've probably got 50, 60 billion EC worth of stuff. But there's people with a lot more. I need to clear out some of these fleet banks too. What are these weapons? Oh, yeah, these aren't anything special anymore. But yeah, there are people worth a lot more. Yeah, you're fine, Data. If you're talking about in the stream chat. When it comes to performance, it depends. Depends on the map, depends on who's had the most recent set of runs, but right now Michi's on top. Michi's on top for ISC. Cheops is on top for HSC. We're all on the same team, so it's just like it's fun internal competition. But yeah, like when it comes to like top end like performance right now, I think Michi is the most on top of it. For Hive, Cheops over there has a 5 million solo run for Hive Space Advanced. I haven't even tried. I did one randomly with just some random build. I have not tried to do like what Cheops was doing there. CJ, how's it going? Seen a guy on console in a fleet called House of Spence. Is that you or yours? No. The only public fleets that I have, the only public fleets I have are the Breakfast Club and the Breakfast Club KDF. Those are my fleets on Fed and KDF on PC. Imagine how good Cheops will be now with the Guardian console. Oh no. I don't think the Guardian console would add too much for his solo HSA. Because I don't think they would have much time to do much to him. Oh no. What's the current meta phaser DPS run in an ISC? I mean, it's the same as anything else. You just swap it out. I mean, phaser's not that far behind compared to plasma. We've had phaser runs at almost 5 million. Yeah, but for PvE right now, like your top players are gonna be. We just go to the infected table. Myself, Michi, Cheops. Steven doesn't play anymore. He's over in Star Citizen. We can't count him. Nick likes torpedoes. We can't count him. Lem's good. Endeavor's just too casual. Mara, her run is a left-right. Yeah. Did a rough estimate, and I have around 20 billion assets, not counting Zen. You sure? I mean, it's possible I might, Mark the Chief. Because I only have 4 ships on me right now. I have 3 T6 boxes, Infinity Lockbox, 2 of which are unpacked or that are still boxed. One of them is the Gorn Hunter up at 1.5 right now. I have 1 promo ship box right now. I've got around 25 billion Lobby assets. Yeah, Doff wise is where I'm gonna have a lot. I have so much stuff on so many characters that I've totally forgotten about. Terrible. Add a class table? No. I have burnt through a lot of Zen this past week. Honestly, I just keep buying, like, inventory slots. How long does it take to sell a ship for 1.5? A couple days. I never have any liquid assets is the issue. My goal is the reason I popped one of my ship boxes for Gorn Hunter, the reason I got so much crap up on the market right now, is I want to have 5 billion EC ready for the new lockbox. Not that I'm necessarily going to open it, but if there's anything good in there, I want to be able to immediately take advantage. I've given up on the Borg Doffs. Yeah, the Doffs like 27 are just, it's stupid how expensive they are. My 27's the cheapest up on the market right now at 125. It's a cult of casual. Oh no. Reckon there will be another Zen sale during the anniversary. There was last year. I was looking for tax purposes the other day to see when I bought Zen last year, and I did buy some right around the anniversary, and it looked like it was on sale. Yeah, the Borg Doffs are just stupid expensive. I mean, if I buy Zen and I'm buying it to say buy out an event so that I'm able to do coverage on it right away, that's a business expense. I personally do not need to buy out an event day one. If I do, and I do a video on it, it is a business expense. I am spending money to be able to get the thing to cover. It's not IRS tax fraud. If I'm spending something if I'm buying something for a business purpose, and the YouTube videos do make money, if I'm spending money to do something for the channel, that is a business expense, and I'm going to deduct it. Dustin, how's it going?
The house always wins.
Is Tetrion still the weakest damage type outside of Space Barbie? What would I do to improve it? It's, I would say, yeah, right now Tetrion and Polaron are the weakest. Tetrion, they tried with the Tetri or the Tholian set they did with the Tholian core, like that 4-piece, like that can help a little bit with all the Tholian crap that you can spawn in, but I don't know, they just need to have a good power weapon for Tetrion. Complex Tetrion fires. The issue is Tetrion's about like draining shields, and draining shields doesn't matter. You either just disable their shields or you kill them fast enough that it doesn't matter. Tetrion's perfectly viable. Yeah, I mean, the reality is I could swap to Tetrions on a DPS build and I could still do 1,000,000 DPS. You could literally do a rainbow setup with like the cannon or beam consoles, and you could still do 1,000,000 DPS. Like there's a lot of flexibility with the amount of power creep we have. Tetrion is still viable. Polaron's still viable. Everything's viable. It's just building it right. Someone has been buying up all the Polaron isomags. Probably something Polaron incoming. You know, it doesn't... It's pretty easy to understand that if there's a Breen Lockbox incoming, and the Breen use Polaron weapons in Star Trek Online, they're probably going to get some new Polaron weapons. You know, the other day, before I bought like 40 to 50 of these things, they were at like 200 to 300k per. Yeah, Dustin, I know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think a lot of people have stocked up on some of these cheap isomag consoles and just toss them in banks. I mean, that's one way to make money over time, is buy something that's not popular right now, but might be popular in the future. Look, these Tetrion isomags, that's dirt cheap, 150k. You know, I got like 6 million EC here, and I can load up on quite a few of these, really dirt cheap. So I just got 24 of them for like 6 million EC. Okay? Like that's nothing. Now what you do, you find something like this, and the thing with Stow is if you want to make EC, patience is key. Everyone wants to just have a quick turnaround, a quick profit. Doesn't really happen in Stow. You have to be patient. What you do, you buy them, you find some random character. Find some random character, You toss them in the bank or the inventory of that character, and you forget about them. And then 2 to 3 years from now,
Latin
suddenly
is a
something comes
girl's
out for
best
Tetron,
friend.
and Tetron's suddenly good, and people are buying them up. Like that's one of the ways you're just able to make money over time in this game. One of the biggest EC jumps I ever got was I had a bunch of the Infinity cross faction boxes before those were removed back in 2021. And what I did is I converted them over to like superior area denials. And I got several hundred of those, and like those boxes were worth nothing back in the day. Just had them in a bank. When they got removed from Infinity and there was no new supply, I made like 50, 60 billion EC off of them. Like, it's the thing with Stowe is if something new comes out in a lockbox and you think it looks good, you buy a ton of them cheap when they first come out. You toss them in a bank for a couple months, couple years, and when the value shoots up over time, you profit. The modifier for anti-proton is going to be AP. Yeah, the DPM was the other one, yeah. Yep. Establish a bank fleet. Bank fleets are really good. I need to make a couple more bank fleets, honestly. Yeah, the DPRM cross-faction boxes, those made a ton of money as well. Michael, we desperately need that, and like, if I could have some changes done to the Infinity Lockbox, it would be the things I covered in my prior Infinity Lockbox videos, and yeah, Doff choice packs is desperately needed. Sora, those are fleet support Doff packs. What's a bank fleet? Okay, so bank fleet is a fleet that basically only you are in. So let me give you an example of one here. Okay, so this character is in a fleet of its own. There's nobody else in this fleet other than my own accounts. That's step number one. Like, after you've created a bank fleet, anyone that is not you, you kick out of there. I don't care if they're nice. I don't care if they're like, oh, I just want to be in here to be in a fleet. You kick them out. If you make a bank fleet that you're explicitly using for storage, you are the only person in there. People will try to trick you into letting them stay, and their goal is that you forget that they're there, and whenever you take an extended break, they get to claim ownership of the fleet and take your stuff. A bank fleet is a fleet just for you. And the point of it is because you are using the fleet bank for storage. So I don't know why I've got a bunch of this random crap in here right now, but for whatever reason I do. But like you can see in here, I could just toss random stuff in. I could toss a bunch of valuable items in, and then over time, when I want to just pull them out to sell, they're there. Alan, how's it going? That's why Nick trolls you so much with furries? Terrible. Yeah, plasmonic leech used to be so valuable. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you set up a bank fleet, you don't let someone else be in there. I wish. My life would be a lot easier if I had some sort of agreement like that in place where they provided me with the ships to cover. My life would be a lot easier, Kirk. You can store up to 2 billion EC in a bank fleet. What do you need to start a fleet? You need 5 people to be in the... Well, you need yourself and 4 others in a team that are not in a fleet in the same instance to be able to create a fleet, and then as soon as you make it, you kick them out. Typically, you pay them. So it's that they're getting something out of it. So if I go in and I make a bank fleet, I'll go into like ESD zone chat or some random chat channel, and I'll say, hey, I need a couple people that are not fleeted on X faction. I'll pay you like 5 mil each to come and help me make this fleet quick. Yeah, the total cost, like, it's not even that, like 20 mil. What is that ship? That's the Suliban Cell ship. It's a freighter. Yeah, if you have your own accounts to use for it, you can absolutely do that. I've done that before. Infamous. It's because in that episode there was both an Enterprise C and Enterprise D. Scared Gohan, you can do all of them. You can do all of the missions at the same time. You basically, you go through, you pick one up, but you don't start it. You close the window, you pick up the next, and they all go into your personal tab. And then if you do that, you can start all 6 of them at the same time, like I did earlier in the stream. It's got the best freighter interior. That's why it gets used. So I'm going to go back to this character. Oh, I don't. The Suliban Cell ship is a very, very weak ship. This is like tier 1 level. Show us all of your exploits. Covert Omni beams are worth so much, right? There we go. That's some money right there. Hey, that Section 31 box opening didn't go as bad for me. That made up for a bit of it. Okay, if that sells for anywhere near that, that covers most of it. What? What's the best way to manage billions of VC, multiple characters? Yes. Yeah, Primal, you can put this interior on every ship you have. Always the streamer luck all day here? Yeah. Exactly. It's all streamer luck. Off packs, that market's just so screwed right now. Actually, might have another gamble to do here. What are they, do a Crenum gamble. Just a few. Do I get any placate doffs? What'd I spend there? Like 70 mil? 60, 70? The Crenum Doff packs sometimes have some profitable Doffs, though I did not get quite lucky this time around. We know I got a, never mind, I did get lucky. I got an ambush reapply Doff. Those are 75 mil, so that Doff alone covers the cost of the Doff packs I just opened. I got an RSP extender. If I recall earlier, those were 40 mil, but that was KDF. What are they on Fed? How do you get the Alliance shield? The Kittimer shield? That's from an event last year. So I think we'll see the return of older event TFOs for this year's campaign, like the shuttle event or Obus Mirror Incursion. Just the newer ones. Just the newer ones is what I anticipate. I think there's a few more of them Doff packs, but actually I want to check what are the Zindies at right now. Zindi Strategic Specialist. These are a bit expensive right now. I think it's the Zindi Duty Officer that has the really good ones. Or Gamble. I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy these cheap too just to double check. Yeah, those are the bad ones. Okay. The Zindi Duty Officer pack down here, those are worth a lot because some of the DOS from it are like Amzadi, which sell for a good bit. Let's see. These Crenum Doff packs are expensive, but you know what? Just for the gamble for the stream, let's do it. Terran Emperor, very nice. Yeah, T6 box right now. What would I pick? Probably a Gorn Hunter for another character. Or like a Mirror Warship, Crossfield Refit. I mean, there's a lot of good choices. Or hell, actually, maybe a Credence. I don't know, there's so many good things. The gambling is the true reason we watch. Terrible. Is the Vaudois artillery set good? No, it wasn't good when it came out, and I imagine Power Creep has not been very kind to it over the years. Okay, so this Doff will cover like half the cost of those later packs that I just bought. The Phenem here. It's the same as Marion, so that's going to be a 25. I should honestly just post all these up on the market. Some of these just don't sell well. 10 shields is apparently 5. I doubt it, but that'll go up for 4. I generally am willing to discount Doffs a little bit more because they sell so damn slow. But I'm fine taking a little bit of a hit on the profit to actually guarantee the sale. The additional Ox power buff while cloaked, I cannot imagine is actually worth as much as what it probably is on the exchange. No. These are going to go up for 7.5. If they sell, they sell. If not, they're going to go up really cheap. Do I think they should revisit some older non-full spec ships to give them a bit more life? If they do that, they're going to give us new versions of those ships so that they can profit. Do I have a list of the best offs to buy on the Discord? No. I've been thinking of doing that as a video, though. Sometimes the thing is, when you're dealing with Doffs, you know, let's say I can sell a Doff for, here's my two options. If I put the Doff up for say 45 million, it's going to take, you know, just an example, it could take a couple weeks to sell. It might bounce back a couple times. If I put it at like 35 to 40 million, it might sell within that first week. So there's a trade-off of, do you want that higher profit, but have the sale take a bit longer, or do you want to get your EC back sooner and still turn a profit, just not as much? Like, it's a trade-off there. And sometimes having that liquidity back so you can reinvest into other opportunities, that's going to be very beneficial to you. Adamant terrible. Anorax V2 Electric Boogaloo. The stop is worth very little. I'm going to put it up to 4. I sold a Borg duty officer for 1 billion and it sold in 3 days. Especially for some of these smaller Doffs, like some of these Doffs, they may bounce back even at like just a couple mil per. They could bounce back, you know, a couple weeks in a row. So sometimes you just have to be willing to take a lower profit to get the sale to actually happen. The stop is worth very little, but it does have some better traits than these really cheap ones. So what are the other ones like it going for? With doffing too, there are some people that will be out there looking for duty officers for the traits that they have. If you're really into doffing, which most people are not, but if you are really into doffing, you might be looking for specific duty officers that have really good traits. So sometimes it can be a good idea to keep that in mind, but nowadays so few people care about that I don't really bother. Is that the rules of acquisition? Terrible. You sounded like I was talking. Yeah, I mean, that's online markets, isn't it? Terrible, David. I don't think I have much posted on other characters. Also, when you have an exchange sale expired mail, that will consume one of your 40 slots for the exchange. So make sure once you claim the item to also delete the mail so that you get that slot back. I have a Riemann here with Infiltrator. That should be worth a good bit. It apparently did not sell at whatever price I had it at. Yeah. Yeah, Michael, with people having the Delta Operations Pack, yeah. Because that's got the account-wide outs to Sif placate off. Okay, so this is gonna go... This is bounced back. I'm gonna be a bit more generous with the pricing. We'll try 175 and see if that goes. Kenobi, I'd say don't plan to jump right into supported runs. Go into channel runs first. I mean, to be honest with you, some of the supported teams, they're not even gonna run with you until you're like over like 1.5, to be honest. Like, the thing with like really high-end supported runs is if you've got a team in there that's going to be spending time running with you, like, part of it too is they're not going to run with you unless you're also supporting back. A lot of us got burned by Augmented and the crew around him, where they just wanted to be boosted and would not support back. So most of us that are still doing this stuff, we're not going to just go out and consistently support someone without them supporting us back. So you really, if that's something you really are aiming for, then you want to have like some support stuff set up so that you're able to participate in that to that level. And like, there's just a DPS requirement. Like, you know, runs at that level, if you're going in with a supported team, depending on the team, some of them are only set up for like split runs, some of them are only set up for left right. Like, you need to be at a DPS level where if you do get in with them, you're already prepared for flying in a faster environment. For the bridge officer, that was a Riemann infiltrator. Just the uncommon variant with just infiltrator on its own. So you stack a basic infiltrator, and superior infiltrator together, and that allows you to have a really long cloak ambush duration on the Romulan. Nick did a video or a stream recently where he was helping people set up support builds. So I'd say to check that VOD out. Yeah, like Chiap said. Yeah. Yeah, they sell because they are really hard to obtain. You can do 1 mil in the channel run. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, the supported runs rarely happen. I mean, for RNG, we haven't even run since the beginning of the month. Like, if you get involved with one of those groups, like, you need to already be at that level. And you can get there in channel runs. So just whenever you see a channel run pop up, take advantage. Get in there. I'm just looking for characters that might have DOS that I can post. Infected is used for high-end runs because it is consistent. Kenobi, then I'd say, I mean, form them. If you're not seeing people, you know, calling for infected in the channels, then just go in there, post yourself, start the group yourself. So ISE is just the most compact map. It is, you know, DPS and performance. It's a lot of it has to do with the person, you know, flying the ship. The team, of course, has a huge impact as well, but it's a very compact map that is consistent. The other issue with Stowe is when you have maps that are a bit larger, when you get too far away, the combat log doesn't track past a certain distance, like 20-something kilometers. So you want to have something that is consistent, compact, where it's easy and simple for people to run. What do I think the ceiling for DPS is? I mean, that depends on the build. For Infected Space Elite with a traditional like high-end do platform right now, I mean, we almost had a 7 mil about 8 months ago. I think 7-8 mil for traditional do in a split environment would probably be pushing it right now. For HSC, I think Cheops probably can break 10. And if you're looking at more exotic methods like Thaleron, which again is something none of you should bother with, Thaleron in a fully coordinated environment, we already know, can do like 20 mil. But I think realistically, the potential for Thaleron, if Chell's here, he'd have the numbers, but I think I recall, like, hypothetically, like 40, 50 mil. Run Thaleron got it. I can't play on teams like that. I get too focused on doing my thing and forget about team play. Yeah. The coordinated supported runs are not for everyone. And, I mean, they're basically impossible for most to get into right now. There's just there's not many people doing them, and the groups that are doing them aren't really very open right now. Okay, what's 21 going for? You're good. Thaleron's 12 seconds? Yeah. Like, there's a full like 50-page thesis of Thaleron up from Chell on the Stow Build subreddit. How many channels are there that aren't in Discord but in Stow? I mean, for just doing channel runs, you've got like, you know, your DPS Diamond, DPS Elites, DPS Prime. Like those are going to be your channels that you can get into to do IC runs with people. Thaleron is something that nobody here should strive towards. It is extremely, extremely niche. You literally need a full 5-player team built around explicitly using it to get it to do its thing, to maximum effect. But Thaleron is able to do a massive amount of overkill damage. So in STO, the combat log will report overkill. So overkill is a target having 1,000,000 HP and you doing a 20 mil hit to it. To the game, you did 20 mil damage, so that is reported. That extra 19 mil that came out of nowhere, that is still technically damage. And that does count for like DPS chasing. So with Thaleron, you can get a huge max 1 hit with everything. Or on everything in like that one pulse that it does. So with Thaleron, you know, something might have 1,000,000 HP, and when that thing's fully buffed up, you might be able to get 50, 60 million damage to every single entity that is in the cone of the Thaleron. And when that happens, you know, suddenly, within that 1 second, you've just done like 600 million damage. Even though the map in total only has like 180 to 200 million most of the time. It's just incredibly niche, and Thaleron and overkill to that extent is just something not applicable to the gameplay experience that most players in this game will ever experience. The issue is not even making the build, it's getting used to the timings and getting a team together that can effectively coordinate and execute that type of run. Yeah, you upload with a parser, and then once you've uploaded with a parser, they'll get an invite to the channel. You open up your chat configuration window, and you click on the channel and hit join, and then you're in. Yeah, it's timing to an absurd degree. Like, it's a completely different game, basically, from what most people are used to. Many people that get into supported runs are addicted to them, and once they do them, it sort of ruins everything else. But yeah. The DPS chat channels are still invite only, yes. Yeah. I hate the sound of these NPCs walking.
Ready to get lucky?
Okay, do I have any other doffs that are worth anything on this character? 18 is worth nothing. I'm going to sell it just because I want to get some stuff sold. 29. Not that's going to sell for that, but there it goes. Yeah. What, Elites is 150k? Prime is like 500. Like the DPS channels they're pretty accessible. Like Prime is our highest channel, and you know, 500k, even free to play, that is an accessible number to hit. Once you've understood how to properly set up your tray, once you've got your piloting like down a little bit, like that is an achievable number. Data. If only these were KDF. Data's been bugging me about 37s for a while. Oh, I mean, they're expensive on Fed side as well. Well, if anyone on the Fed side needs a 37 for their PvP needs, then I am glad to be able to supply a bunch of these up on the market. Maybe just a few. I have a free-to-play account that I've been doing story streams on. There's going to be another batch of invites going out for the DPS channels in the next couple of hours. I'm going to be pulling the invite list and getting that all sorted out. Spencer, proud PvP supporter? Terrible. There you go, Data. You can buy them up. 35 is worth 150? What? Data, is this like some PvP thing? Inge Pilot? Are there any support build guides? Not super recent. The one I have up on the channel is a bit old. You know, at this point, I don't want to do any build videos until after the anniversary bundle is dropped. So perhaps I will look into like getting something updated out after the anniversary bundle. Because look, the past couple of years, the anniversary bundles, like how much power creep have been in those? I don't want to do a bundle, or I don't want to do like a build guide right now, and then have it be outdated like 3 to 4 weeks from now. So I think in March and April, you guys are probably going to see a few build guides pop out from me. Have you ever done a max DPS Nadarian electric meme build? Yes. That's basically what I had taken to like most of my event dailies. Yeah, sure. Power creep is basically just us becoming more powerful over time. You know, when Delta Rising first came out back in 2014 and brought with it the level cap increase from 50 to 60, most people were still under 100k DPS. We got a lot of items that boosted our performance. We got specializations that boosted performance, and most people started to move up in the performance realm a little bit. Most people today are still under 100k because most people in the game do not turn their weapon power up. They do not hit abilities, and they're not flying in optimal piloting routes. But for those that are, and have been able to, you know, build around the newer items, newer traits, the newer things that have been released, you know, back then, the maximum DPS was like 120k, I think, pre-Delta Rising. After Delta Rising, it shot up into a couple 100k. And then over time, you know, performance has just kept creeping up. Back in 2020, I think top DPS was like 1.5, right around there. It was definitely under 2 mil, I believe. And then in the time since, it's just been slowly creeping up as we've gotten new items that are, you know, more and more powerful, as we've improved piloting routes, as we've found new ways to optimize things. Especially post Fleet Power Network Array, which we got with the Iwani last year. That was a huge game changer because we were using torpedoes for DPS. And with the Fleet Power Network Array, we were able to be very effective with energy weapons, more effective than the torpedoes were. Yeah. It's basically just players becoming more powerful over time because there's new stuff that comes out that is better. Nick NB has basically the full build over on a video on his channel. Yeah, Fleet Power also boosted up energy weapons, which is the most popular playstyle in the game, you know, whether it be beams or cannons. Largely, the builds are very similar. Just a couple of bridge officer ability changes. What to use to parse DPS? I use the open source combat log reader, Oscar. I do have an Oscar install video, which I will link here in chat momentarily. So if you go to the later part of that video, yeah, starting at 3 minutes, there's chapters for it, but I show you how to install the Oscar parser. That's what I'm using right now. And it has recently been updated. Fleet Power Network Array is the console off of the Iwani. It scales with your aux power, and it gives you firing cycle haste, which makes your energy weapons fire faster. Okay, do I have any other Borg Doffs here that are just surprisingly expensive? Not selling a 43 for that cheap. That ain't happening. I wish console had more precise power level controls. Yeah. Absolutely. Look, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. We've been going for almost 4 hours. And I've got some stuff posted, but to be honest, I spent most of the stream just responding to chat. So for anyone watching the VOD, I'm sorry if there was not a ton of gameplay for you. Yeah, I would be afraid to have a 10-player TFO with modern builds, like, and just all the lag that can experience, or that will provide. Great stream. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, VOD watchers. Yes. Yes. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to raid the STO Wiki folks who are doing a bunch of TFOs on stream, it appears. So I'm going to put the link in the restream chat here. So if you're on the YouTube side, hop on over and say hi. And I'm going to raid out over there. Again, I appreciate you all tuning in. Do I have my monitors 3 stacked? No, one's over to the left. My prompter is right in the middle. Then I have one over to the right, and then there is an ultra wide up above. Okay. Twitch side is rating. And if you're on the YouTube side, again, hop on over and say hi to SFC over there from the Wiki team. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all around.